Welcome to A Day at the Park Lesson 1 Great Day. During this lecture, we'll go over a few key points from our passage. Firstly, that the audio is by an Egyptian speaker, who, while she speaks primarily Modern Standard Arabic, otherwise known as MSA, she pronounces some letters with the Egyptian dialect pronunciation, especially including the letter Jim, which she pronounces as ga instead of as ja. So Egyptian is ga and MSA is ja. One of our key points throughout the lesson is to use feminine singular adjectives for more than one of anything that's not human. So for a plural non-human noun, use feminine singular adjectives. And we'll go over that more during the lesson. Now we'll go over the meaning of the passage. Ash-shams sati', the sun is shining. Wa-al-jaw ra'i', and the weather is wonderful. Wa-as-sama' safiya, and the sky is clear. Innahu, it is truly. Yawm misali or yawm mithali, is truly an ideal day. Lil khurug or lil khuruj, wa tanazzah fil hadiqa, to go out and go for a walk in the park. Tantashar al hada'iq fil madina, the parks are spread in or throughout the city. Wa tagzib or tajdib az-zawar al-kubar wa sughar, and they attract old and young visitors. Bisahriha wa gimaliha al-mumayyiz, by their magic and beauty, their distinguished magic and beauty. Haythu or haysu yujid or yujid biha misahat khadra wasi'a, where you find or where there are in them, being the parks, spacious green areas. Haysu tu'tabr malazin, where they're considered a refuge, malazin or malathin. Lil raha al istimta'a wal istirkha, for rest, enjoyment, and relaxation. Now that we've gone over the meaning, let's talk about some grammar points. The first one is that ash-shams sati', so the sun is shining. The sun here is a feminine noun, so it gets a feminine adjective. This is a good point because shams seems like maybe it would be a masculine noun, seeing as how seen is the last letter in the word, not a particularly feminine letter. Even so, because of culture, the sun is considered feminine. Moving on, you'll see that tantashar al hada'iq, so the feminine singular form of the verb is used for the parks. So it's plural feminine word, but because it's non-human, we use the singular feminine verb. In addition to that, again, tagzeb or tajdeb is the singular feminine conjugation of the verb. They attract az-zawar al-kubar wa sughar. That's a human noun. Zawar is the plural masculine human noun. So it is described by the appropriate adjectives using gender and number. So this is al-kubar is the plural masculine and sughar is the plural masculine because they're describing visitors who are humans. So unlike non-human nouns like hada'iq or parks, parks are non-human, so they're singular feminine adjectives and verbs in the plural. So the non-human nouns in the plural use singular feminine. The human nouns use, if they're plural, they use the plural. If they're feminine, they use the feminine. If they're masculine, they use the masculine. So human nouns are described based on their gender and number, whereas plural non-human nouns are described and they use the verbs of singular feminine. Again, we see the singular feminine possessive pronoun for their magic, their beauty, but instead of saying bisahri'hun, which would be feminine plural, we use bisahriha, which is just singular. So you'd think I was talking about a singular feminine park, but no, I'm talking about plural parks. But for plural non-human nouns, we use the singular feminine. And just to mention, al-mumayyiz, because we made sihriha wa jamaliha or gamaliha, we made them definite by adding this possessive pronoun. We have to make mumayyiz definite. That's why we have the alif lam. Bi sihriha wa gamal or jamaliha al-mumayyiz. So whenever you have definite, you have to continue using definite. Next we have the non-human spaces. So misahat are areas. So we say spacious areas. And notice that this adjective is singular feminine. It's not misahat wasi'at. When we describe women, nisa, we can say nisa kabirat, but we don't say misahat kabirat. We would say misahat kabira. Or in this case, we want to say spacious, we say misahat wasi'a. Those are a few examples of how we use singular feminine for non-human plural nouns. So what we've gone over, ash-shams sa'ta, we talked about how the sun is feminine. We talked about how plural non-human nouns use singular feminine verbs, tantashar al-hada'iq, tegzeb or tejdeb. We talked about how human nouns are described and use the appropriate gender and number in the adjectives. So az-zawar al-kubar wa sughar, or if we reduce feminine, we'd say an-nisa al-kabirat wa as-saghirat. Here we have possessive pronouns in the singular feminine because they're appropriate, as hada'iq is the plural non-human noun. So bisahriha, by their magic, and their, meaning the park's, beauty. We talked about the definite having to be on the last adverb. So we said bisahriha wa jamaliha al-mumayyiz, the distinguished beauty, their distinguished beauty and magic. We also talked about how adjectives are in the singular feminine, even though they're describing a plural. Because it's a non-human plural, we use the singular feminine adjective, misahat wasi'a. Now that we've done the translation and gone over some grammar points, let's talk about the vocabulary. Kharaja is to go out. Tanazzah is measure 5 of nazah, to go for a walk. Intashara is measure 8 of nashara, to spread out. جذب or جذب is to attract. وجد, to exist or to be there. تعتبر is to consider. It is measure 8 of عبر. And تعتبر is to consider, but تعتبر is to be considered. So if there's a dam on the ta, it's to be considered. روح is measure 2, it's to rest. استمتع is measure 10 of متع, it's to enjoy. استرخى is measure 10 of رخى, and that's to relax. We'll finish by going over the quiz. These quiz questions are completing the sentence. So it starts in Arabic and we have to add the correct or appropriate English ending. So in this case, يوم مثالي or مثالي للخروج or خروج وتنزه في الحديقة. So the ideal day to go out and go for a walk in the park. And based on the passage we said الشمس ساطعة والجو رائع والسماء صافية. So it's sunny, wonderful, and clear. The next one, تنتشر الحدائق في المدينة وتجذب. So the parks are spread in or throughout the city, and they attract الزوار الكبار والصغار. يوجد بالحدائق, there are in the parks مساحات خضراء واسعة, spacious green areas. And last but not least, تعتبر الحدائق, parks are considered ملازم للراحة الاستمتاع والاسترخاء, a refuge for rest, enjoyment, and relaxation. That's it for this lecture. There's a follow-on lecture, and enjoy the rest of the lessons. If you have any questions, please hit us up at connect@onlywaytolingo.com, which you can find on the contact page on the site. Have a good one, guys.